That's you remember that commercial where he's like, "You look incredible," and she's like, "You look incredibly comfortable," because like his shirt sleeve or neckline was all.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Like what is that? Dingy or whatever.
No, it's just at the bottom of the drawers.
Yeah, shake it out a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I used to iron. I used to be really good at
ironing. I only iron when I have to, which at this point in my life is never. So praise the Lord. Like when's the last time I ironed?
I used to iron every day. Every day would iron my pants.
I used to iron my school clothes, but once again, I used to like meal prep, iron. Like I used to iron all my clothes for the week on Sunday.
For the week?
Yeah. Yeah, because when you're going to high school, like when you wear uniforms, you're wearing 5 polos and like 3 different pair of pants. So I would just iron those. Yeah.
No, it wasn't a uniform thing. It was just I was really big on slacks.
Got the light spots back on my head.
I was really big on slacks, like in between. Like freshman year in college, senior in high school.
I used to be like, we used to wear Dickies. That was the huge like Dickies, like khaki pants.
Yeah, I couldn't afford Dickies.
No, I mean we couldn't either. Like till like junior or senior year, like that. Then we were like, Mom, all we want is Dickies, and like we used to get like 1 pair in each color, 1 khaki, 1 black, 1 navy blue, and those had to last us the whole year.
We never wore uniforms in high school.
That's all I grew up doing uniforms since the 6th grade.
Oh yeah, no, we never did uniforms, which was like interesting.
Woo!
I mean, I adjusted.
But I'm glad though, because I would have hated having to like try to figure out what to wear every day. So I'm glad I didn't have any choices.
That's why I say
good morning.
For me, high school was like prison.
Beth, good morning, Shelly.
You have to really focus on what you do.
Good morning, Kelly. Gigi's here, says, good morning, Mr. and Mrs. How are you today? Doing good.
Kids is brutal.
JJ said, good morning, Autumn, Richard, and Whack fam. Hi, JJ. D said, good morning, good weather's watching while I make breakfast. Ooh, what are you having for breakfast? Rashawn is here. Says, Grand Rising. No, that was D. Okay. And happy Sunday. How's the Whack fam doing? I am on detail, and we are under tropical storm watch. Really? The rain is messing with my run. It is sunny and beautiful here today. Sorry about that. Tanya said, good morning. Signed up for the masterclass. I saw that. Thank you so much, Tanya. I'm so excited. We are so close to our goal. I'm wigging out. Joyce is here.
You are taking this and running around.
We're just running around. Joyce is here, says, good morning, Whack fam. So good to be with y'all. I'm glad that you're here, Joyce. Melissa's here, says, good morning, Whack fam. Happy Sunday, everyone. You're right. Good morning, CC. Sheila says, good morning, Autumn and Richard and my Whack fam on this beautiful Sunday morning. You're right. Rhonda's here, says, good morning. Good morning, Barry. I'm glad that you're here.
Good morning, everybody.
Yes. Yeah. So
good morning.
Today's it's a good morning. I've already been productive. I have plans on being really productive today. You remember how I told you yesterday that I didn't feel like I did a lot of work? Well, I looked at my time tracking spreadsheet. I did like 5.5 hours. I know, right? I was like, oh, that is really good.
That's why you track it, so you know.
So I know for sure. Exactly. So I know, right? So I was proud of myself for doing 5.5 hours worth of work yesterday. I at least want to do that much today. I've already done some, and I definitely think I'll be kind of watching football and multitasking, but it's something that I can at least multitask. Yes. So I'm excited about that. I'm also excited for everyone that's bought tickets to the master class. Like, it is just going to be great.
It's going to be
amazing. Is. I am very excited. That's what I'm working on. I'm working on the content, and I'm even like amazing myself. I'm like, oh, this is good. Woo, I can't wait to share this. So yes, I'm very, very excited about it. So
give everybody something that they need now.
I know, right? Because I'm saying, like, that's the good thing about, like, anytime you are motivating other people, inherently you're motivating yourself, So like, even when I come on here and I talk about like weight loss and keto and being on plan and encouraging you guys to be on plan and to hit your goals, that in turn is like helping me internalize that I want to be on plan and hit my goals, So in talking about, yeah, exactly. So in talking about all of this like self-improvement and organization and stuff to really make the most of your time, like, I'm just like, I need to be doing this. Yes, exactly. This is great. I love it. So I'm very excited about that.
Cute.
So Melissa said, we're experiencing good weather this weekend, so doing my best to soak in the sun before winter weather strikes. You're right, making a grocery list as I listen. Awesome. Melissa, where are you? Because the weather is good in Louisville, and it's going to be good for like the rest of this week, though, at least till like Wednesday or Thursday.
I think that whole swath in the middle of the country right now.
Swath in the middle of the country right now. Yes. So
like a heat wave coming through.
So yeah, I did a lot of work yesterday, and then we went to Richard's parents' house to visit. So that was really fun. And then we came back and watched more Outlander, which was good. I mean, Outlander at this point is not like, oh, this is dope, but like I am interested to see where the story goes, which is more than I can say for a lot of television. Like, I'm not interested in it. But this, I'm just like, I just want to see what happens. And, it's so funny when you start a show from like behind that's already been on the air a lot. Like, literally on the 3rd episode, she was like, this is my day. I'm finally going to make it back and be able to go back to my real time. And I'm like, nah, girl, I'm sorry to tell you, there's like 16 episodes of this first season, like you're not making it back on episode 3, so it was funny to she's like, this is my one chance. And I'm like, sorry, girl, it's not happening for you. So
you're so silly.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, it is very interesting. So I like it. Oh, Melissa, just outside the Toronto area. Oh, that's cool. Cool. Yeah. So you guys being that far up north, you will have winter coming. So
yes, it is.
D said, is Outlander the one with Jason Momoa? It is not. I don't know what show that is, where they play like Vikings or something like that. I don't know. But no, Outlander is a show about a British woman in the 1940s who travels back to Scotland in the 1700s, like in time. It's a time travel show. Jason Momoa's Aquaman.
Oh yeah, no, that's a C on Apple TV. He has a couple. He has Frontier on Netflix and C on Apple TV.
Yes, so that is not
on top of Aquaman.
Yes, no. Beth said, I history check wars in that show all the time on Wiki. That's cool. I mean, it was it is interesting. I'm like, did this stuff really happen? Because history, I never really liked history because it was always boring and like I could never really relate to it. That's why I appreciate things like Hamilton that really humanize the characters of history. And so a show like this, having them travel back to Scotland in like the times of clans and stuff like that, and just like the British occupation and stuff, I'm just this is deep, man. Like, and then I also see a lot of parallels to, just the world today. And I'm just like, man.
It's kind of like Gangs of New York or something like that.
Oh, Beth said Frontier is Jason Momoa, and that was canceled. Oh.
Yeah. Well, he's busy.
Yeah, exactly. He got things to do.
Apple paid a little bit better. He's like, see.
Good morning, Lisa. Joyce said, yes, we are very windy here in Sarasota, preparing for Tropical Storm Eta, or is it Ada? Like Zeta, Ada? Yeah, maybe if it was 2 T's, it would be Eta.
Frontier is about the fur trade in the early American, how crazy that was. People were fighting over, I got this fur in this land. I got this fur in this land. And I want it, you want it.
Yeah.
I was like, man, they did for fur.
Exactly.
I mean, it makes sense. They didn't really have coats.
Lisa said, I had the same experience with Outlander. Build up is a little slow, but when it picks up, mind blown. Good. I'm looking forward to. I feel like it has that potential. Yeah. That's why I'm sticking with it. Well, I actually just the most recent episode that we watched. It was only episode 4 or 5 when she runs back into Blackjack, like the British soldier that she saw like in the very beginning. And I really thought they had that like moment where he was like coming to reckoning with all the evil he's done, and then he just like throat punched her, and I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming, but I'm also not surprised because this dude is nuts. So I loved that.
I must have missed that scene.
He throat punched her. No, right before that guy started kicking her. Were you asleep? You probably weren't even there. Either way, he like they were sitting down talking.
Was that in the boat?
No, they were in that room. That wasn't a boat. That was the upstairs of that was upstairs of a room. So they were sitting there talking. She was like, you ought to be ashamed for what you've done. And he was like, perhaps I should be. And I'm an evil man and I want to feel better about myself. And she was like, just the fact that you want to feel better, leaves me hope for you yet. And he was like, thank you for having hope in me, madam. I will help you. And she was like, that makes me very happy. And then, so like, you think like, oh man, you think like, oh crap, he's had a change of heart. Like, that's what's up. So then he calls one of the guys into the room. He's like, oh, Corporal or some other guy. He was like, And then like you think they're about to leave, he's gonna help her, and then all of a sudden he just throat punches her and like knocks her on the ground. He was like,
they do like in the Matrix,
like or like this, yeah, like literally, like he basically looked at her. He was like, I ain't changed. I'm still evil. I just tricked you, you stupid. Of course, I'm not letting you go.
This was after the part where this is after the part where she fought for them in that room. And
yes,
guys looked all like
exactly
for the wrong side.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the thing about history is. I mean, that's one thing I do like about the show is you got to remember what room you in. Like,
exactly.
Hey, sis. Okay, back when I was
the best part, she was like, because these were all British people occupying Scotland at that time, and she was like, this is their land, and all they want is just for you to leave them alone. And then everyone, like all the British soldiers were like, I believe it's the king's land. And she was like, oh, yes, it is the king's land. Yeah. I am still on the British side.
So she got too much into that, into history. Like, I know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, wait a minute.
Absolutely. Exactly.
My bad.
Oops, you done talked. You got a little too passionate there.
No, it's really, I'm really interested.
Beth said, I failed U.S. history 2 times and cheated the third. Yeah, that's how I got through AP physics, was cheating. But I only had to take history in like maybe my freshman, sophomore year of high school. And then like, it was like social studies back then. And then in college, I took American history. And that's when like, that was the most difficult for me because it was one of those big, like lecture hall classes where there was hundreds of people. Yeah. I still sat on the front row every time, took all the notes because that long form prose, like that you have to read chapters and get stories. Like I'm not good at that at all. We talk about reading. Right. So I had to make sure that I could do the best that I could, paying attention. I do well with bullets. Like that's why I like math because they're like little expressions, little bite-sized expressions, not like long narratives and stuff like that, especially written in like old English that I can't really understand.
No, well, the one thing I like is how subjective history.
Yes, exactly. Like history is the person that wrote it.
You actually dig deeper and do your own research. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, elementary school history and college history are not the same thing. It's exactly. Like, so this is a lot more textured than I thought it was. Yeah, exactly.
That's not how that was at all.
At all, exactly. That was brutal, to be honest. D says C was good, but our free year of Apple TV is coming up in sometime this month. Yeah, yes. Apple TV is something that we pay for because we get it free too. Oh, we get it free. Oh, it's something we're gonna pay for, I'm sure.
Like, I haven't watched it. I was planning on canceling it.
You were gonna cancel it with all the.
Ain't seen.
Hold on. Apple TV. I'm thinking Disney Plus. So yeah. Oh yeah, Apple TV. We don't watch a lot of Apple TV.
I mean, they got the Jennifer Aniston show
that we don't watch. I would like to watch that. The morning news show.
No, Captain America show.
We don't watch any of those. So yeah, no. I was thinking Disney Plus. I was like, there's no way we're canceling Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, no, that's not
exactly.
But
yes, I hadn't started. Yeah, like I haven't gotten into it, so I just can't add on yet another streaming service. So.
Oh my gosh, but they have great shows on it though.
Yeah, I know, right? There's just too much content out there. Mom's here says, hey, y'all, happy Sunday. Up and out early this morning. Been at work for 3 hours now.
Yay.
Yucky.
Get your work on.
Good morning, Maitreya. Glad that you're here. Yes. Lisa said, I know, right? Blackjack, stay tuned. I'm so excited. And it's so interesting. Like that's her husband, like I love it. I'm here for it. Just how his character, the guy's name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the British soldier's name. Okay. So yeah, everyone's saying hi to each other, which is just so nice. Well, I absolutely love it.
In writing anyway, if you really have emotions for a character, then that's good. Like even like villains and stuff, you really have like, man, I just don't like that guy. If I see him in real life, I'm gonna tell him about himself. Yeah. That's great acting.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also great acting.
You really hate that person?
It's also great acting because in this particular show, he is her husband in the present time. So he's really nice and gentle and sweet. And then you go back to the past and like he's this villain, but it's like it's the same face. That villain has my face. So
I'll treat you how you treat me.
Yes. Yeah. So it's very
immediately go on the villain.
It's very interesting. But then just to see all the stuff about like the Scottish clans and like, just the religion and the rituals and all that stuff. It is pretty neat. One thing that I am not here with, I will tell you. Good morning, Joe Ray. Is like all the clothes that women had to wear. Like she had to put on a corset and then this, and then like she had to put on this donut around her hips to make them bigger so that she could put a dress coat on. I was
I actually like that part. Because I'm like, you can just chill.
Just have your own little.
You can walk around and be like, what's going on, guys? So that's why if I was a guy, I'd be jealous on that one. I'm like, can I have some hip resters?
Yes.
I like some hip resters.
No, hip resters. Cece said, Autumn, I started looking for flights to Louisville. Girl, when? September? Like, yes, plan ahead, but there's nothing going on until then. So, yeah.
Yes.
Wait, Mom said, come on, sis, we're here. No, not for no reason. Like, no. Like, I mean, yes, Louisville is here, but like, there ain't no reason.
I guess y'all two can go out and get something to eat or something.
D said, did you ever watch Timeless or The Time Traveler's Wife? I'm partial to a time travel show. Yeah, I love time travel. It is my favorite genre. I loved Timeless. I absolutely loved it.
What was in Timeless?
Timeless was that NBC show where all I remember is the black guy named Rufus, but it was like the all-American soldier. It was the pretty woman scientist. I don't know any of their real names in real life.
I've seen the first 2 episodes.
But the black guy, Rufus, like it was a good show. It went back into various places in history. We had to make sure that the Lindenberg actually didn't crash or did crash. Like whatever. They had to make sure that history stayed on track, So that was also really cool. But Rufus was like, I mean, literally anywhere they went, Rufus was essentially a slave or like a prejudiced person, like they're just like Rufus just has to walk 10 paces behind us and keep his head down. Like, I mean, like they were so mad, but he was just like, this is the world.
Yeah, basically.
I can't.
That's why.
Even though he was the rocket scientist, like he was the smartest one of them all. So
what's his history, right? But we
Timeless.
We don't go back too far. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back just far enough.
I'm not singing a song. Google. I'm looking for Timeless NBC. It's important for me.
This is a television series that aired from 2016 to 2018 and starred.
See, do you remember any of these people? See, that's Rufus. That's the girl.
I've seen like the pilot or two.
Yeah, what was that girl on before she was on Timeless as well? Because I remember watching her on something. See, colonial, slave. Like that's just, that's just how it always went.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Army, lady, slave. So it's like, So I mean, I love that show. I did watch The Time Traveler's Wife. That was a movie, right?
Yeah,
like there was no TV show. Yeah, there was no.
I
loved Looper with Bruce Willis. That was so good. Like, yeah, I mean,
I guess that's a time travel thing.
Yeah, it is. Anytime where you have the potential of running into your past self, it's time travel. Yeah. So yes.
Yeah, so they have a prosthetic nose on the guy.
Yeah, no, that was really weird. So. Joe Ray said, yes, too many clothes. Just put me in a tank top and leggings. I mean, you would have been naked back in them times.
You would have been classified as a particular type of woman.
Yes, exactly. TC here says,
you'd have had a scarlet something on you.
We have 2 more days of 70, then it gets cold, taking advantage of the weather. Yeah, that's exactly what it's like here. It's going to be 70s for like maybe till Wednesday, and then we just start to trickle down.
Definitely working from outside today.
Yes. D says, LOL, hubby hated that his name was Rufus. Oh, me too. I didn't. I hated it, but
What?
Rufus, the time traveler.
Hated it.
Yeah, I'm just like Rufus, but I mean, everyone gets to have their own name, but like Rufus, He said, happy no veg November. Yeah, no veg. Way to go. Mom said no veg. Yeah. Mom said no veg, no way. I know, right? I've come to the conclusion I love vegetables.
Yeah, Heath is different though.
Yeah.
Vegetables mess him up. So it's better for Heath to stay carnivore more so than that.
I agree. A lot of people, it just really makes them feel better. Exactly. I happen to be fortunate where I can tolerate vegetables and I love some vegetables. Jory said, again, Doctor Who. I know. Look for the episode link if you like that. You'll like the show. Oh, Jory, I have no doubt that I will like the show. I just have to actually watch it. What season should I start with? Like the new reboot? Because I know like Doctor Who's been on for 30 years or something like that. What are they seasons or what year should I start the show? Also, where is it? Is it on Hulu? Is it on? Because it's not on Netflix. I would have seen it already.
A little bit like Fringe. Fringe was kind of that sci-fi.
With Joshua Jackson?
Was it? I don't know people's names.
I remember that.
Platinum blonde white girl.
Maybe. Either way, Joshua Jackson. I remember that because that was pretty the first big thing he did post Dawson's Creek, and I really wanted to watch it. I really wanted to watch it and support him, but I was like, can't do scary Joshua Jackson, so can't watch it here. So
yeah, it is.
Lisa said the costuming for Outlander is amazing. You should check out the commentary on YouTube once you get more into it. Interesting facts around the creation of the show. Oh, I'm sure I would love that as well. Yeah. Also, I would probably be surprised to see everyone's accents, whether or not they really have them. So yes,
I'll tell you one I got into on Netflix was The Last Kingdom. With it was about
The Last Kingdom.
Yeah, but it was like four seasons of it. It was kind of a little similar to like the Outlander on my time travel part, but the period parts are the same. But it's really one of those you're just like, man, the casting and the props and the staging and like, man, all these little shows are pretty awesome.
A lot. Yeah, Beth said right. She was in a slip in a light robe when she arrived and they thought she was a certain woman. Exactly. My whole thing, I mean, just the way they treated women back then. Anyway, I was like, nope, this is a hard no for me.
I'm pretty sure one of the same
Jeffrey said USC wins. Who did they play? I don't know. The biggest game that we were talking about from yesterday was just Notre Dame and Clemson. Cool that Notre Dame won. Like we were just discussing, we don't really care. Like college football, it is just interesting as football when it's on. But you say you watched it, you didn't really care.
I said my team didn't play, so I didn't care.
Okay, so you don't care about college football as a whole. You just care about your team.
And the ramifications of it being successful. So I watch other teams and process of the success of it. So I watch other teams if it helps the success.
I do not watch college football.
You want them to lose so that way your team can rank it higher.
Oh my God.
That's why NFL
if your team wins, he beats somebody, you want that team to also beat a good person so that when your team beats them, they will have beat a team that beats a good person.
It's really messy.
That's a lot. Joe Ray said, start with the reboot. Let me check on where you can watch it. Yes, please. Explicit instruction, and I will be all over that. Cece said, going to do my banana keto chow with coconut oil. That's exciting.
Yay.
He said, Fringe was awesome. Trey said, I loved Fringe. No, I could never get into it.
It's one of those you get sucked in. I think it was like, I was hooked from the first 4 seasons were amazing.
Dr. Ross says, down goes Clemson. That's what I hear.
Those things that trails off toward the end. The last couple of seasons was like.
He said another really good time traveler show was Quantum Leap. Heath, you took it back, but Quantum Leap was amazing.
I mean, you must have just thrown in Murder, She Wrote and all that.
They did not travel time, but yes, I loved Quantum Leap. I loved Quantum Leap. Yeah. I loved how
MacGyver.
He actually became a person back in that time, though.
To the skin.
Yeah, like he was not himself in the past. He was somebody else. So that was really neat. Shelly said, I had mocha the other day. I didn't really taste mocha, just chocolate. It was really good. Hey, that'll never be a problem with me. Maybe I'll put some like coffee in, like some instant coffee in with it.
Actual mocha.
Yeah, just to
get out of here.
I know, right? Just to make it more mocha-y. Mom said Back to the Future. Yes, we all know that. I think that's what started this entire conversation was Back to the Future. What
could have been a band in that? What was the band's name? The one that rocked the house in the end.
Yeah, it was Marvin Berry's cousin or something like that. So yes. But what was that show? Oh, on Netflix, another show that I really liked was Travelers. And that's because it had Eric McCormack in it. And I will watch anything that the cast of Will and Grace undertakes. And it was also a time travel.
Right now. We don't know if that'll be.
No, that show is over. Like
they might kick it back in.
Okay, yeah, it kind of left open-ended, but I was like, oh, if this was the end, I could definitely see where that would be the end.
I mean, I definitely appreciate ending with you wanting more. Don't run the series out there.
What was Sliders? I don't know anything about Sliders. All I think of is mini sandwiches. So
I mean, it might have been like a spin-off of the Quantum Leap type kind of thing. Yes. Slid into people or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Every show makes spin-off shows.
Yeah, so, but yes, I love time travel, and I
mean, I liked all genres that made you think. That made you be like, oh, this is deeper than the surface. Time travel is one of those where it's just like, because you have to, like, where was he at when that time happened?
Yeah, and you have to like think about the ramifications of what you do.
That's why I love like suspense.
I also liked like genre bending shows that were unlike anything we'd ever seen before. And really the first one that comes to mind is Lost. Like we had never seen anything like Lost when it came on.
Oh yeah. I was like, it shows you how amazing the beginnings can be.
Yeah, exactly. As it went on.
It's like Game of Thrones, where it's like in the beginning, man, so much amazing. And then the last couple of seasons is like, hey, what's happening?
D says, what? You didn't watch Sliders? See if it's still on Netflix. I mean, I've never heard of it. So no, I did not watch it. So if it's about time travel though, I probably will like it. Lisa said time travel. Did anyone mention the Terminator series? No, I've never got into those because scary robots.
Well, I mean,
but what was the Terminator?
Much like everything else, in the beginning, amazing.
What was the Terminator? The Chronicles of Sarah. The Sarah
Chronicles.
Okay, but that was a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So
that
it was
really
like
good. I watched that.
Movies and TV shows.
That was good. No, I mean they just keep wanting to dust off Arnold. Don't say
Kelly said Sliders was more about wormhole to parallel universes. Well, I'm also definitely here for that too. So it's parallel universes, time travel.
What was the Egyptian one?
Lisa said lost me after it started getting ridiculous.
Stargate.
Yeah.
Stargate was another one. SG-1. Stargate.
I figured like I would have liked those shows where like people lived in outer space and things like that. So yeah, I know, right? So but there's so I know I plan to watch that next. Okay, now you guys, is Outlander only 3 seasons, or is that the amount of seasons that are on Netflix? Like, is it still on, or has it been canceled and I'm watching the entire series like in its entirety? You know, I'd love to know that. Regardless, I'm going to watch. I just want to know.
Stop if it was?
No. I just want to know. Like, I just want to know what to expect when I get to the end.
Well, I don't think just worry about that when season 3 happens.
When I can know now. No, I'm gonna watch it because I do like it.
I know you're finished.
I'm one of those people that likes spoilers or that doesn't mind spoilers. So knowing whether or not it ends after 3 seasons will not make me want to watch it any more or less.
Just enjoy what we got instead of wanting what's next.
Oh, Beth said there are 4 seasons. The 4th won't go on Netflix until season 5 comes out on Starz. So it is still actively in production? ? That makes me very happy.
I know it's a Starz show.
Yes, I'd either Starz or Showtime or one of them channels that we ain't got. I'll tell you that. Good morning, Sylvia. Glad that you're here. Joe Ray said, I thought mocha was chocolate. It's supposed to be something different. I thought mocha was coffee. Like mocha is synonymous with coffee, in my opinion. We have all of the. Did I put it back up? Okay, yeah. So that I thought mocha was like a chocolate coffee combination, or like I thought it was chocolate heavy. I'm sorry, coffee heavy, not just straight chocolate.
Yeah, when I'm thinking mocha, I think coffee as well.
Yes, exactly. He said I loathe spoilers. Yeah, I don't like.
You and me both, Heath.
I don't like unrequested spoilers, like telling me something that I didn't necessarily ask for. But you know, even if that does happen, it doesn't ever ruin anything for me. But you know, I also don't talk about a lot of spoilers because I know that people are really, really big on it.
No, I rarely talk about spoilers. Even especially with streaming now, everybody has their own schedule.
Exactly. You can watch the whole season in like one day. Yeah. TC says
it's been out like over a year.
Yeah. You just haven't got to
check it out now.
TC says I barely have the attention span for a movie, let alone a whole television series. I have better attention spans for television series than movies. Like movies are just I can't really get into.
I'm curious now, TC. What do? You read books or?
What does one do?
You never watched a movie all the way through, a TV show? I'm curious now. What do you do with it? Consumes your whole attention.
Lisa said there are 6 existing seasons of Outlander. I think the pandemic caused something they're calling Droughtlander. That's pretty hilarious.
Well, that's pretty good.
So,
but it is real.
Droughtlander
is real.
That's really funny. Joy said, I think of mocha as being coffee. Okay, yeah. See, that's what I would thought too, you know? Chris said, finally here, had to take a bunch of pork out of the smoker and put it in the crock pot for dinner. Pulled pork for the win. That's awesome. Chris, what is mocha? Is it straight coffee? Like, is it a coffee flavor, or is it like a mixture of chocolate and coffee? Like, what makes something mocha? We were just having that discussion. So.
And how do you do your pulled pork? Is it vinegar based or is it a sauce based? Yeah.
I love how interested you are in the
That is a good question.
Yeah. He said, my wife ruined Dexter for me by reading ahead and telling me what happened. Oh yeah, that's horrible.
That's what I'm saying.
I absolutely love spoilers. They're not spoilers. Here's the thing. they're not spoilers if you don't watch the television show. So I never watched Game of Thrones. So like my best friend White Richard used to tell me everything that happened, and he used to describe it in like such detail that I was just like, oh, that's crazy. And then he would describe it so much that I could actually have conversations about it with the people that watch the show. Dang. And then I was like, oh my God, the Red Wedding? What? Like, oh my God, he pushed that boy out of a window. And it's just like, oh my God, why wouldn't you run zigzag? Why would you just run straight? Like all of these big things, like dragons, like I could touch on enough points to like hold a conversation about it, but I've never
been at cocktail parties.
Yeah, exactly. I've never watched those shows.
Hold a cocktail party,
yes.
No, I was big. Well, I mean, I guess because I'm in television, but I was big. I love viewing other people's editing styles, other people's story creations, story arcs. Like, there's so many wonderful stories out there, whether books or movies, or with every streaming service we got now, there's just so much everything. It's just wonderful to see different people's
Chris said mocha is coffee plus chocolate. Yeah, that's where I was going. Yeah. So the consensus is that we're getting more of a chocolate than a coffee, but okay. Good to know. I know, right?
All right. There it goes. Problem solved.
Chris said it's not super strong on the coffee flavor, but it's still too burnt popcorn for me. Aha. See, yes, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, everyone's like, the coffee is, it's a hint of coffee, but I don't mind because y'all know that's how I like my coffee anyway. Could you give me coffee with a hint of coffee, please? More chocolate add-ins. Thank you very much. So, oh my God, TC says I listen to audiobooks while doing other things. I haven't mastered the sitting still, just doing one thing yet. Okay, so here's the thing.
Man, you before audiobooks. I would like to.
Me neither. I've gotten to the point where I can't just sit and watch television anymore. I have to be also playing games on my tablet. Like just sitting watching a screen, my skin like would be crawling. Like so like even being able to have my brain occupied with playing all my games as I'm watching, it helps. Like I even took my tablet. I took my tablet to Beetlejuice when we went to the theater to watch Beetlejuice because I was like, I know I'm not going to want to watch this movie. So look, you guys.
What did I say?
Exactly. I'm going to So it was my best friend Ashley's birthday party, and there were only like 8 of us there, and we got 10 of us there. It was a socially distanced, like we had the entire movie theater to ourselves.
But it was a smaller than normal size movie theater.
It was a small movie theater. It was also
it was nicely spaced.
It was also one of those movie theaters that had like the reclining seats and things like that.
Very low key.
So either way, bottom line is it was big enough to where there was only one person on each row. Like me and Richard sat together, and then like my best friend sat in the row behind us, and then a couple of rows behind. Like everyone had their own row. We were so spaced out. So the movie starts, and I'm just sitting back reclining, and I turn on my tablet, and I'm just playing. And Richard's like, do you mind dimming the screen a little? And I'm like, for what? He goes, I just don't want it to interfere with anyone else watching the movie. I was like, there's literally nobody in eyesight of us. How is the screen interrupting them watching the movie? He was just like, oh, you have a point. I was like, if we were in a crowded movie theater, like I'm not a crazy person. Like I would have been like conscious of the people that were near us, but there was literally no one near us. So he just wanted it to be, it to be better.
I mean, it just went against everything that I
have ever thought. Yeah, but I mean, so to go into a movie theater where everyone's on their own row, Chris said, Miriam and I spent all day watching the ketogenic solution for lymphatic fat disorders. Ooh, fat disorders? Virtual symposium. Lots of good speakers today. Yeah. Ben Bickman and Dave Feldman are speaking. Oh, I love Dave Feldman is the cholesterol king. That's who you did your experiment for, right? That's so interesting. Let me see. I saw Joe Ray said something. I skipped a lot of the comments. Jerry said, I think TV series better than movies. You can really develop the characters and story. I agree. That is why that's why I like television better. Just movies can never be deep enough.
I think TV has the opportunity to go deeper into the storyline.
Yeah.
But there are movies that
there are great
movies. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's two different. You can't say apples.
It is kind of apples and oranges. You do have different rules because of the time restriction.
There are great movies that are well written that make perfect use of the time. And then there are TV shows that take all that time and don't know what they're doing.
Mom says Mr. Google said that mocha is a high quality type of coffee made from a specific coffee bean. Interesting. Maybe like mocha flavored has just been known to add chocolate as well.
Why are you talking to Mr. Google?
I know, right? I be telling my mom all the time to ask Mr. Google, so I'm not mad at her. Thanks for doing that, Mom. That said, as much as I disliked history, I love watching historical period shows now. I do not like watching historical period shows normally, but you know, I am sticking with Outlander because of the time travel element of it. You know, but if this was just like an old period show, I probably wouldn't watch it.
Well, you just have to remember that this is just a person's specific view of this period piece. Yes. It's like other people have different angles of that same period. Right?
Yes, exactly. Depending on whose point of view it's told.
Exactly. History is written by the
Sheila
victors.
said we are wanting to try the cookies and cream next. What, the cookies and cream keto chow? I really liked it. I want to try it again with the gelatin. That was like one of the only ones that I didn't do with the gelatin. So as much as I liked the flavor, the texture was a little thin for me. Yeah, exactly.
You and this thing.
D said that's how I got into Game of Thrones too. Hubby watched it and retold the first few seasons to me. Wish I never got into it though. What? Because you were so disappointed by the end of it. I know, right? So
yeah, I mean, most like in my opinion, the perfect show is about 3 to 4 seasons. Anything after that 4th, 5th, 6th season, and most shows aren't written to go that long. So when you go after 6, 7, 8, 9, then they just sitting in the boardroom like, what's gonna happen next?
Exactly. They blow up.
She's reborn again in the coma. She wakes up again. Like, oh my gosh. Most shows just fall off after the 4th season.
Chris said, I had a really sad realization about a year ago. I was thinking about reading an actual book because it wasn't available on audiobook. I realized that subconsciously I considered sitting still and reading a book as a bad use of time. That's so sad. Books are amazing. I agree. I think that only doing one thing at a time, like something like that, it doesn't sit well with me. I feel like it's not the best use of my time, although acquiring knowledge is a great use of your time, you know, so you should definitely do it.
You two are different types of people, man.
I know. I could never just sit and listen to an audiobook, but that's what I need to do. Like, that's why I want to get a bike or something. I'd have to be moving my body.
I can sit on a porch in a beautiful spot and just have a book in my hand, a little cup of some drink, and just let me go, man. I can sit there and just enjoy myself for hours.
Yes.
Especially if it's a good book. Oh my God.
I mean, I have the capacity to do that, but like maybe on vacation where that is
to be a particular
that situation. Is the reason that I'm doing it is to do nothing. Yes, but on a regular day, I can't just sit and get lost in a book for hours, which is also a shame because I can definitely do that with a TV show. Like that's what I did on Friday. So Chris said I maybe might have bought a whole stink load of Da Vinci's sugar-free syrups last night. Blueberry, 4 times raspberry, orange, lime, pineapple, and it's all going to get used in the low-carb yogurt. That is a lot of fruit flavors, but we are all about buying syrups over here. So, you know, I don't know, Da Vinci, I don't know, heard of that brand. It's more of a Tarani where we are over here, but it's probably the same. Matreya says, bye, time to take my spouse to the car rental place, work travel, can't use your own vehicle. Man, I feel that. I know.
Good luck, Matreya.
I know, right? Good luck. Tanya said, remember when big screen movies were supposed to be superior to small screen? You're right. And real serious actors will not be seen on TV. You're right. Exactly. Yeah. The silver screen was no place to be, you know. But yeah, now it's like that's where all of the best drama is.
I think with streaming services changed everything. It's not no more. If it was just network, then it would be probably the same. But streaming, like everybody, Netflix and Apple, and everybody wants to be the first to have movie, have TV shows.
I know, or series things. He said Game of Thrones was awesome until the last season. Same thing with Sons of Anarchy. I never watched Sons of Anarchy, but it was another one of those critically acclaimed, good for everyone that watched it. I just wasn't one of them. Is The Walking Dead still on? Did that go off?
No, it's still on. They just changed it again.
What?
Yeah, I was on that for a while.
I was on The Walking Dead for probably the first 5 seasons. I think it was the season finale of episode 3 when the farm. Spoiler alert! Oh, I'm saying that was one of the most amazing things I had ever seen on television up to that time. But then it just really started to get stupid.
The Sons of Anarchy was that I was watching something else because I was always interested in watching, but I was like, "There's this other show I want to see." Can't remember the name of it.
Yes, Dee said, I think if we didn't need to do so much adulting, we would have more time to sit and actually read a book. I know, right? Like, that's what's wrong with the world today is like we've like glorified this like busy, you gotta run around, gotta do stuff, gotta fill our lives with all these tasks.
Well, I think you're the embodiment of it because you can't sit still now.
I mean, don't talk about me. Don't look on the inside. This is probably my sister. Like, get off your live.
You need to sit.
Oh no, it's my brother. I gotta take this.
You need to sit in a room and find your Zen moment. Find your Zen. Find your quiet place inside of here. Then you can open up a book. Easy peasy. Honestly, for me, I could just sit on the porch. Like for me, it's like a rainy day thing. A porch, rainy day. Just leave me alone. We good to the end of time. Screen in porch because I can't do no bugs. So we talked about I can't do like flies and stuff. I can't do no flies and stuff. No, but let's see. I really remember Sons of Anarchy, but something else was on at that time that I cannot remember. But I was like, I really want to see both, but I can't make it to see both. Interesting. Good job on the flavorings, by the way, Chris. Interested to see how these yogurts go. Sounds pretty awesome. Let's see. Kelly's like Walking Dead has 2 spinoffs now. I know. I've watched both. No, I was like, honestly, before I met Autumn, I was like, Walking Dead was a Sunday thing. I was like, just watch Walking Dead and enjoy. Try to write some notes down. So if a zombie outbreak happens, I know what to do. Well, let's see. Okay. Find a bow and arrow and a black girl with a katana. Check. Let's see. Going back through the comments. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, you gone, Chris? All right. Bye. Okay. Yep. It's time to leave for church. I just read that. All right, Chris. Go set up the video streaming. You know the church service needs that. Without it, they don't know what to do.
Nobody can reach nobody. Jesus. Okay. Bye. He's really gotten into it with all those E's. Okay. Chris.
Oh, you just walked in and saw that?
Yeah, I am. I'm quick. Yeah, that was my brother. Just more truck business. Yeah. You guys, we're getting another truck. We're getting another driver. We have to onboard. That's really fun. So that's exciting. Yeah. Okay, this is me for the last time. Just like the first and last time today.
What's that?
Putting the masterclass
URL
into the chat, you guys.
Chris is gone now.
I know, but Chris can't come to masterclass. It's for women. Twittergy is for women. I literally have already told you are not coming. So no, exactly. So okay. Let me
have a boys' room.
Let me erase all this stuff. And that's all they're going to do is bark. That's what men do.
They rub our bellies.
They bark. Exactly. So
rub our bellies in unison.
So it just, once again, I can't stress how awesome it's going to be and how much, I really want, as many people that can come as possible. We are already looking at another date and time for the masterclass, just because, people might not be able to come on Saturdays at 1. So we're looking to do it sometime in December. It's going to be really great. I'm really excited, but just wanted to put the URL right there. Keto Dana's here, says, I am super late. Good morning, Whack fam. Hi, Dana. How you doing? Joy said, how many people have signed up? We're at 30 so far. So there's only 10 spots left. Our goal is to reach our capacity, which is 40. But right now we're at 30, and I'm just so excited for, like I said, just the masterclass.
Super excited.
It's going to be amazing. Like you should see and hear Amber and I. Like we're finally putting the whiteboard to good use. Like you see all that stuff right there. That's our just. Brainstorming and ideating and things like that. It's awesome. Like I absolutely love it. So let me see. Okay, so I stepped on the scale today because you remember, guys, I told you Friday was was an intuitive cheat day where I was give me all the snacks, before.
We've had those
exactly. But once again, it was great though, because I was like, I really did want all those snacks. So it was good, but it put me back to a 6-pound gain. I was just like, but that's all right. I fasted yesterday. Here's what I also kind of realized that I'm going to be doing, which I feel some sort of, I feel kind of excited about, is from now on, because I've really been doing it like the last 3 or 4 days anyway, and I've liked it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to move my bulletproof coffee off of my eating days, and I'm only going to have a bulletproof coffee on my fasting days.
There you go.
So that will be the only thing I have on my fasting day. So I will be going over my normal 50 calories. It'll be like 300 calories. So I am definitely sticking to the more modified alternate day fasting, because if you look into modified fasting, it's like you can have up to 500 calories on your fasting day. But I'm only going to have like a bulletproof coffee, which will have like at most 300 calories. But I've really been liking that in terms of like warming up on my fasting days and feeling satisfied and things like that. So I did like that. So I did, even though yesterday was a fasting day, I did have a bulletproof coffee, and it was great. I did exercise. I didn't exercise this morning, but that was intentional. So I stepped on the scale today and I was 181. That is a loss of 4.4. Definitely proud of that. Yay. I am working really hard to minimize the damage that I'm going to do today. Today is, I don't really have anything prepared. Like I don't have a meal prep or anything because we're mainly smashing the crate and unlocking the box. So today will be like a snacks.
Smash.
Yeah, but only those things, not all the snacks, just the snacks inside the box and stuff like that. I've had some moon cheese this morning, and that's the only thing that I've pretty much had. Today we're supposed to be going over in Beverly's house to celebrate my granny's birthday, but I don't plan on eating over there at all because she probably is not going to make anything keto. So I know we were waving exactly, and then we're coming back home to watch the Steelers because
because somehow somebody scheduled the wrong meeting at the wrong time.
Randomly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know, right? So I am feeling great.
I found out why I didn't watch Sons of Anarchy.
Why?
Because Justified ran at the same time.
And boy, he loved him some Timothy Oliphant. You know what I'm saying?
Justified.
Timothy Oliphant is also doing very well in Fargo.
I love Fargo.
Yeah, so we are,
those are two great seasons.
Fargo is,
No, but I was always interested in seeing some. I watched like a couple episodes Sunday. I go, hey, get back on Sons of Anarchy. But then I was watching Justified, and then other stuff came on. I was like, I'm out. It fell out.
Yeah. Bloop. So everyone have a great day. We are going to, like I said, I got work to do today. We're shooting a lot of videos, football, have to go over my Beverly's house. Look, there's just a lot of stuff happening. Everyone have a great day, and we'll be talking to you tomorrow at 9:30 a.m.
Yes, we will.
Bye.
Oh, bye. You are so adorable.
Shut up.